and welcome to another Mario Party 8 minigame review.
Last time, we reviewed Aim of the Game, and to say it shortly, it was definitely not a good first impression at all. That is actually really sad. Our next minigame for the agenda, we got the free-for-all minigame, Alpine Assault. So let's get to this minigame, shall we?
So here's how I play this minigame. You and the other three players are at the top of a ski resort, well, pretty much a ski route. And your job is just sled down all the way to the bottom, I guess. On the way, there will be multiple ramps and also snowmen in your way, which will block you if you're not careful. And yeah, that's pretty much the entirety of this minigame. And, well, I will say, despite the simplicity, I really like it. Like, I will say, the ramps do add an extra bit of, add a bit of opportunity to this minigame, since you can try to gain speed by going on them and pressing A or B at the right time. And this is a minigame to me that benefits greatly from motion controls, because I don't think this really worked too well in Mario Party 4's Avalanche. I will say that minigame is overrated, if it was ever overrated to begin so. But here, I will say this is underrated, because, well, you don't have to move that much, and the course doesn't really need to change at all. Just a barely amount, just to the point that it's acceptable. I will say, if you played this like 100 times, you'd probably be able to recognize the course beat for beat, but who cares? Because I would still say that you could lead to some insane 200 IQ movements with those ramps. Like, look at that! I will say that it's kind of mostly simplistic just from that alone, and you gotta be really careful on when you actually go on the ramps. But besides that, the record system also gives this one an upper hand, I guess. But yeah, there really isn't too much to this minigame, unlike the last one. So let's get to the overall thoughts, shall we? Now.
Overall, Alpine Assault is definitely a very good use of motion controls. They're pretty simplistic, yet they work really well in their simplicity. You just have to tilt the Wiimote, and also press A or B on the ramps to go faster. I like how it just has you just how to use the ramps to go quicker in this minigame. It gives a bit more skill onto that instead of just going in a straight line and avoiding any ramps. It really makes you have to get to them, especially with the controls. They aren't even bad at all. They're actually really good. I don't really have too much of this minigame, but this is a good one nonetheless. I'd recommend playing this one. I think you'd be shocked. A very good minigame, in fact, to the point I'm giving it 4 stars. Very good for a racing minigame on the Wii. Because I'm going to tell you right now, there is a future racing minigame that is going to come up in about 25 reviews. That is going to be leagues worse. And that's it for today. Up next, we're reviewing Attention Grabber. See you guys then.